This I know I am reading in October because, I mean, come on. It's giving October, it's giving spooky season. I feel like I need more of this, but this is the angle. Hello besties, it's Keira. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the first video that I'm filming sitting down in front of my shelves. Today's video we're gonna be yapping about books. It's gonna be my fall TBR. Honestly, I wanted to get all cozy and get a blanket and get a sweater, but it is 80 degrees outside. But fall, if you don't know, is my favorite season. I feel like it's the best to just get cozy with a book. I'm basically just gonna show you guys some books that I want to read in this fall time. If you're new here, make sure to follow all my socials down below, like my Goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, stuff like that is linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And let's get into it. Not really any particular order. I basically just have romance and fantasy. First book I have is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. And this is the second book in the Rose Hills series by her. This is a new series that she has coming out. I think they're all single dads. I could be wrong about that. First one is Wild Love. Did not love that one. I give it like a 3 out of 5 stars, which again, not bad, but there's just something different about this series. It's not giving like the cowboy romance vibes that I love that Elsie Silver does, but again, I will read anything she writes, and I've heard very good things about this one. This is about Skylar, who is a like top country singer, and just comes to this small town because of, I don't know, bad press, and she kind of just needs to get away. And that's when she meets Weston, who is brother of the female main character from the first book. He is a single dad and just kind of probably hit it off being in the small town and all that stuff. Pretty much all I know. I'm really excited. I feel like the cover, because it's orange, is giving fall cozy vibes. First book on the TBR is going to be Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Speaking of the Queen, Elsie Silver, I have another book by her in a series that I hope to start this fall, Gold Rush Ranch series. So these are actually the new covers. All I know about this first book is it's like gotta do something with, I think she's like a horse racing or horse riding. I don't know. She has something to do with horses. And this guy comes back to his family ranch and he hires Billy, the female main character, to train his horse, I guess. So that's how they meet. I know this series will really give the country vibes that I have been learning from her books and just in general. Very excited to read this. Next up, we have another kind of romance. It's more like paranormal romance, if you will. And it is Bride by Allie Hazelwood. This is like her first take on, like I just said, paranormal romance, kind of like fantasy vibes. And pretty much all I know about this one is that this woman is like a vampire queen or daughter of a vampire. She gets married off to, I don't even know what the wolf's name is, but he's a wolf. I think he like is a shifter, so he is not always a wolf. A werewolf type vibe. And that's pretty much all I know about it. I heard there's some very interesting things that happen in the smut scenes with him being a wolf, and I'm a little bit terrified that I might be scarred. This I know I'm reading in October because, I mean, come on, it's giving October, it's giving spooky season. Next up, again with the small town cowboy romance vibes, I have Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. She's the author that writes the Rebel Blue Ranch series, so it's got Done and Dusted and then Swift and Saddled. They're just so much fun. They're really quick, really short, just like kind of cheesy but really good country vibes and just fun romances. And this is the third book in the series. I think it's coming out in November. I cannot wait. It's about, I think it's Teddy and Gus is a single dad, and he's also the brother of the female main character from the first book. And then Teddy is the female main character from the first book's best friend. And it's like an enemies to lovers, like they do not like each other, and I just need to know why they don't like each other. Like, what is the history? She's really teased it with their banter in the first couple books, and I am just like, I need it. Cannot wait for that. Next up, another romance we have is Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the third book in the Maple Hills series that she has going on. It's a college hockey romance series, and this is Henry's story, which everybody has been waiting for, including myself. Henry's having some trouble in like his classes or whatever, and he ends up asking this girl Hallie to like tutor him. I know that she has a book club. She likes to read. I love a tutor romance, I love a hockey romance, and I love Henry. So excited to read this. All right, the next many are all fantasy, and I think I have some romance at the end here. First one is a chunker. It's When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. So this is the first book in a romantasy. I think it's a romantasy series. What I know about it is that it's about this assassin, and she's an assassin for the rebellion group. Pretty much all I know is that she's an assassin. There's a lot to do with like politics and stuff in this book. She meets Khan, and I think he's like a king, a prince. I'm really not sure what he is. There's dragons, as you guys can see. And I think there's going to be a romance. There's all my favorite things. It's assassins, dragons, and a romance. I'm there. Some of y'all are going to be real mad at me about this next book, and you're going to be like, Keira, you have not read that. I have not. Because honestly, when it came out, I didn't hear the best things. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I read Fourth Wing August of last year, so it's been over a year. If you have not heard of literally Fourth Wing, I don't know where you've been, because that took Book Talk by storm. Everything by storm. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It was just so fun. Basically, it's about this girl named Violet, and she's supposed to be a writer, like a scribe or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. But her mom is like the general of like, I don't know if it's the school or like the dragon writer part of the school, but her mom puts her into that instead. And it's kind of just her going through the trials and trying to like prove herself, and there's a romance in it and just a lot of like things that are revealed, and the dragon aspect I'm just obsessed with. Like, it's so good, guys. I just think it's time to continue with the series. Right, next up, I'm just putting the second book in the series because I don't know if I will read more than that. I should. Second Harry Potter book on my TBR. This one's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I don't know if it's called something different because I have like the editions where it like makes the Hogwarts house. I read the first one October or November last year, and I gave it 3 stars. It was just really difficult for me to get into. I don't know if it was just like I was kind of in like a reading slump at that time. I think two best friends are like Harry Potter enthusiasts, ride or dies, and they're like, here, you need to read it. So for them, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to continue with the series. Next up, we have Lightlark by Alex Astor. And this is the first book in, I think it's going to be a trilogy. I'm not really sure, but there's not much to the back of this book. But I think I saw the author talking about the second book and like posting fan art about the 2 characters. And I was like, I need to read that. I know it's like a YA fantasy, maybe dystopian. I'm not really sure. 6 realms fight to break their curses and win. Unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and the realms, one must die. To survive, Isla, the crown must lie, cheat, and betray, even as love complicates everything. So, I don't know if there's a romance between her and another ruler, or maybe something like that. I'm hoping I like it because I heard the second one is really good. So, we'll see where this one goes. Do I put this on every monthly TBR? I put it on the end of the year TBR, and I'm putting it on another TBR and have not read it yet. Yes, but I will. Guys, I will. Maybe this month, who knows? But it's City Bones by Cassandra Clare. I was just talking to somebody at work, and she asked me if I've read this series yet. And I was like, no, but I want to. Heard great things. And she goes, don't love this series, but she likes I think the Infernal Devices. She likes the other series. She doesn't like this one as much. But all I know is that it's like an urban fantasy. And I think it's shadow hunters. Like, are they hunting shadow beings? No idea. I really don't know anything about the series. I want to start it. I want to get into it. I've heard just like once you get immersed into this universe, like you can't get out. Like, it's so good. All right, this next book is an honorable mention because it actually is going to be my next read. It's going to be A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah Maas. I have not finished the ACOTAR series yet, I know, but I just like want to finish up the whole universe. Like, I love this universe and I love these characters so much, and even though she's still writing books in the series, I just didn't want to be done. But it's just time, and when I'm in the mood for a Sarah J. Maas book like this chunky, like, I have to read it. I don't want to spoil anything, but it follows 2 characters that you meet within the series, and it's kind of just them going through things, a romance. I'm not really sure, because I thought things were okay. And then you give me like a 700-page book, and I'm like, oh, we're not okay. I'm so excited. So excited to be back with these characters in this universe, but also so scared. Next two books I'm putting together because you technically are supposed to read them like as a tandem read, like it's recommended. And I've never tandem read anything in my life, but like I feel like it's the way to go. Next two books in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So we have Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. I would also love to just finish up the whole entire series this year, but I don't know how realistic that is. Because apparently both of the books take place in the exact same time periods. It's just with different characters. All right, next up is a book I am so excited for. I've literally seen it everywhere. All over Book Talk, all over Bookstagram, and it's The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore, I think it is. I know it's something Gilmore. And this is just the absolutely best book ever to read in the fall time. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to read this book. I ordered it and I ordered the second one. I don't know much about it, but I think he is a farmer. He owns a farm. He's like a rancher. Like, I'm already sold on that. And then she like inherits this little coffee shop and she has to like run it. And they meet somehow. I know it's Grumpy Sunshine, and I know it's just giving the best fall vibes. And I'm so excited. When the last name is Gilmore, it's giving Gilmore Girls, it's giving Stars Hollow, it's giving everything I want it to give and more. Another one I do not have the copy for is Play Along by Liz Tom Ford. This is the fourth book in the Windy City series. It's like a sports romance series, and I've enjoyed this series. I'm not like obsessed with it. This is another baseball romance. It's about a guy named Isaiah and what's her name? I don't think it's Kennedy. I don't know who it is. It's somebody. I think she's like the sports trainer or something, and then he is on the baseball team. I think she was married and now she's not. I don't know. He's really obsessed with her and he just wants to be with her, and I heard that she makes him work for it. Like, he completely changes himself so he can be with her. And I was like, oh, all right. I feel like it'd be fun. Like, this one has very, very high praise. Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. And I talked about this, guys, I feel like in a couple videos now, but I got this with my birthday book shopping, and literally the little blurb that people can put out at Barnes & Noble was like, is this dark romance? Is this thriller? Read and find out. It was something like that. And I was like, I'm so intrigued with this book because I've heard nothing about it. About this wilderness guide named Harper, and she lives in a small town, and she gets asked to help with this double murder investigation, and the suspect is like this guy who just like, I think lives in like the middle of the woods, and I think she like has to work with the guy. I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's like, it's giving kind of like spooky thriller vibes, but like I think it's a romance because it's in the romance section. Is it like romantic suspense? I have no idea, but I am here, and it's gonna give the perfect fall spooky vibes. Alrighty guys, so that is my very long, very heavy fall TBR. Again, that's like 15 books, and ideally it is possible to read in like the next couple months. So hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe got some books that you want to read this fall time. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along my goodreads, my Amazon wishlist, stuff like that is linked down there if you want to check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!